this is the second part of our little film on epidemics and the lungs. And now I'm going to show you a few things about more modern stuff. And the modern stuff that we are interested in is what were the modern tools that came into play in order to deal with the spread of disease, and especially the spread of disease in big cities. And let's start with one of the ones that don't get so much publicity these days, but which is really important: statistics. Here, this book here is called Dödligheten i Stockholm, Mortality in Stockholm, 1871 to 1890. And it's by Claes Lindroth. And if you look at it here, see it contains quite a lot of really nice maps and charts. And I have put a marker here, see. And here we have pulmonary disease, or diseases of the breathing organs. And you can see that there's quite a lot of people. Now I can't read really upside down, but it says if this is adding up these figures, you would have some 4,000 people dead from this during this period, and in Stockholm, which wasn't such a big city back then. And this is actually one of the biggest figure in the entire book. One of the main reasons for this is tuberculosis, which was a big killer. This also meant that there was reasons to have equipment for caring for the health of various people. And I have here a catalogue of the instruments for sale in 1900 by Werner Stille, which was kind of they were a medical supplies company, but mostly they sold German stuff. So this is actually a translated catalogue. And you can see that they have various equipment. And here we have inhalators. So you see all these various masks for inhalating. And here 1614, item 1614, which is one of my favorites. And this is actually a cocaine spray injector. So you would have cocaine or a solution of cocaine here, and it would, I assume, be injected straight into the lungs. I don't want to know really how healthy that is, but actually at this time the medical companies put cocaine in lots of stuff. Only later that they stopped doing that. At the Karolinska Institutet there was research going on in this area, and one of the key researchers was Jöns Johansson. And Jöns Johansson is actually the reason, the central reason why the KI has awards the Nobel Prizes in medicine and physiology, because Johansson was a close friend of Alfred Nobel and advised Alfred Nobel to let the KI decide who would get the prize. Johansson, who was a physiologist, also advised Nobel that do not make it just a prize in medicine, make it a prize in medicine and physiology. So he had quite some influence on the future in this regard. Anyway, what we have here is a book on Johansson's own research, and Johansson worked quite a lot on the exchange of carbon dioxide in living bodies. So he had test patients, presumably also test animals, and investigated what happened with the carbon dioxide oxygen exchange when they were working, when they were given food, when they were given just carbohydrates and so on. And this is what you can find of prints by Johansson. He probably made this volume himself, because it also contains calling cards from friends, and the occasional letter. So it's a very nice little archival thing here. And what we have here, maybe one of the apparatuses that he used. And we are not absolutely certain about this. We only received these objects from the Department for Pharmacology and Physiology and Pharmacology in 2018, so we don't know precisely what we haven't really a documentation coming with them. But this here, if you come closer, you can see here. Here you put in the oil, but here you can see 2 lungs, and here from lungs. So in one way or another, this was connected to a human or an animal test subject and used to investigate. So that's a little bit on early research on the pulmonary apparatus here at the Karolinska and how it connects to the wider issue of human health in Stockholm and more generally.